Good morning friends, in today's video we'll discuss about Marxist literary criticism in detail. First we will discuss about what is a Marxism. As we all know that Marxism is a social and economic theory that was developed by Karl Marx in 19th century. It critiques the way society is organized under a capitalism, and it suggests a different way of organizing society. It includes various forms like economics, sociology, politics, etc. It continues to inspire movements that challenge capitalism and advocate for a social justice and equality. Marx focuses on the struggle between two main classes, that is, owing class and working class. He used the term like a proletariat for working class and bourgeoisie for owing class. He believed that bourgeoisie who own and control the means of production exploit the labor of proletariat for profit. These are the key terms that plays very important role when we are studying Marxism. Capitalism, labor, capital-based superstructure, reification, exploitation, marginalization and hegemony. So these are the terms that plays very important role when we are talking about Marxism. Let's talk about historical background of Marxism, in which I would like to mention some points here. The first one is Industrial Revolution. As we all know that Industrial Revolution began in the late 18th century, right? It bringing a significant change to the way goods were produced. The second point which I would like to mention here is a capitalism and class struggle. What is a capitalism? It is an economic system that based on private ownership and profit that became a dominant, right? The point which I would like to mention here is a rise of a socialism. It is the harsh reality of capitalism to spark a dissatisfaction among the working class. And the next point which I would like to mention here is a socialist and communist movement. These are the movements that advocating for workers' rights, social equality, and the overthrow of it, capitalism, emerged. Next is Marx's model of base and superstructure. As we all know that these terms are used by Marx to explain a relation between means of production and different form of social consciousness. In the image you can see that the society, the circle, has a two part, the base and superstructure. So according to Marx, political economy, capitalism, socialism, feudalism, etc. are the base structure, are the part of a base structure, and social institution, religion, education, work environment, media, family, etc. are the part of a superstructure. The next one is the ideology. The ruling class projects its own interest as the interest of a people by employing social institutions like religion, school, media, etc. to indoctrinate the masses into believing that the exploitative structure of a society is correct and even beneficial to them. There are two phases of Marxism: Soviet or a Russian Marxism and Western Marxism. Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, Georgy Plekhanov, and Karl Kautsky are the theorists which you have to mention in Russian Marxism. And you have to remember that Georgy Plekhanov was called as the father of Russian Marxism. In Western Marxism, George Lucas, Antonio Gramsci, Karl Korsch, Louis Althusser, Raymond Williams, Terry Eagleton, all are the theorists which you should mention in Western Marxism. And there was also one Frankfurt School which was established in Germany in 1930, in which there are four theorists, which are Theodor Adorno, Walter Benjamin, Herbert Marcuse, Jean-Paul Sartre. So these are the theorists which you have to remember when you are talking about Marxism. Next point which you have to include in Marxism is there are three versions of Marxism. The first one is a Hegelian, second one is a structuralist, and third one is a Gramscian. Hegelian version of Marxism incorporates Hegel's dialectical philosophy into Marx's analysis of class struggle and social changes. The structuralized version of Marxism in literature seeks to uncover the underlying structures and systems that shape and influence literary works. The Gramscian version of Marxism focuses on the role of a culture, ideology, and power in shaping a society, and it highlights the concept of a cultural hegemony and the struggle for a cultural and ideological dominance. So these are the three versions of Marxism. Talking about Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, as we all know that Karl Marx was a German philosopher and economist, and Friedrich Engels was a social scientist, and both are the founders of Marxism. Das Kapital was a book that focused on the exploitation of a working class by the bourgeoisie. And the second book, The Communist Manifesto, published in 1848, that was written by Karl Marx and co-authored by Friedrich Engels. It emphasized the importance of a class struggle and historical materialism. And these are the other theorists of Marxism. The first one is Raymond Williams, that was a British cultural theorist and literary critic, focused on the relationship between literature, culture, and society. The second one is Terry Eggleton. He was a British literary critic and theorist. He examined the intersections of Marxism, literature, and culture. Frederick Jameson. He was an American literary critic and Marxist theorist. He is known for his analysis of postmodernism and its relationship to capitalism. And the last one is Walter Benjamin, who was a German philosopher, literary critic, and Marxist theorist who examined the role of art and literature in relation to political and economic context. And he also emphasized the concept of aura, which refers to the authenticity and uniqueness of artistic works. So these points you have to remember when you are studying Marxism or a Marxist literary criticism. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.